kids, safe schools.
Zero tolerance. Guns and drugs off the street.
If you commit a violent crime in Lee County, we will put you behind bars at the Marceno Motel. It's that simple.
Happy Wednesday, Lee County. I'm Public Information Officer Nestor Montoya, and today I'm joined alongside Sheriff Carmine Marceno for this special episode of Midweek with Marceno. Sheriff, it is National Boating Safety Week.
It's a big week for us. You know, Lee County is 1,260 square miles of land and sea, but about 428 square miles of waterways. We want people to have fun, but always safety is number one.
Right, and this area is really a paradise for boaters specifically. We've got people coming all over to enjoy our waterways.
I mean, it's an amazing place for boating. Everything from Boca Grande all the way straight through to Naples. You got the Cape. I mean, there's so many places to go. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of land and property and water. And, we want people to come out here and we really want them to enjoy it. I mean, it's huge for boaters. It really is.
And talking about boating safety, some tips that we like to share with people, of course, you don't want to be drinking alcohol and getting behind the wheel of a boat.
Of course. I mean, we want people to be responsible. Understand the water never loses. Mother Nature never loses. And we know that time and time again. Pay attention to the weather.
Right.
Weather changes very, very quickly in Florida. You don't want to be caught in any kind of bad weather, lightning. I mean, it's very dangerous. On top of that, being safe and knowing that, don't drink and drive a boat.
Right.
Be responsible. If you're going to have a cold beer or you're going to have a drink, make certain you have someone else that's not drinking operate that boat. And as always, have the safety gear. I mean, you want the safety gears. You want at minimum, every passenger should have a life vest at minimum. Having a flare gun and all the things that you need to be out there. Again, you have to plan because once you're out there, you're there. And the water proves it never loses.
And in addition to safety, our Marine unit, they're tasked specifically with patrolling our waterways, keeping boaters safe, one of the tasks that they do. How important is this unit within the Lee County Sheriff's Office?
I love our Marine unit. I mean, they do such a great job. The men and women of the Sheriff's Office are out there every single day in the Marine unit. I mean, think about it. When everybody's taking cover in inclement weather, they're out there pushing it to the limits. They're going to rescue somebody during a lightning storm. So we ask people, look, please think about things. Watch the weather. Don't put yourself in harm's way because we have to rescue you. So I'm very, very proud of what we do. We're going to be out in full force with our Coast Guard and our federal and FWC partners. We want people to understand, we want you to be safe, secure, have fun, but safety is number one.
Exactly. Sheriff, in our fleet, we have 14 vessels, and these vessels, unlike any other boat that you would normally see out there, they've got the latest state-of-the-art technology.
I mean, Smuggler's Nightmare, right off the top of my head. It's an amazing vessel. I mean, it's amazing what we can do. 14 different vessels in our fleet. We're ready for everything. We got 2 jet skis. We can get anywhere we need to get as quick as possible. And never forget, the eye in the sky, I call it, but the helicopter. We've seen the Marine units do rescues in the Barrier Islands where someone has cardiac arrest, God forbid, and we're rescuing that person and take them to where they can get, assistance immediately. So there's so much that goes into it when it comes to the water.
I think something else that really makes this agency stand out is the fact that in addition to our Marine unit, we also have the Waterborne Strike Team, which is basically SWAT on water.
The Waterborne team is amazing. To watch them train, to see these guys, and they go out there and literally it is SWAT on the water. Mm-hmm. So when everything fails on the water, we can deploy from the sky or in the waterways, and we're ready for everything that comes our way. Number one goal, as always, we're going to make certain that our great residents of this county are safe no matter what we need to accomplish that. We're proactive, we're forward thinking, we're utilizing the greatest technology, and we train. Because how you train is how you perform.
Training, as you mentioned, is something that they do, especially monthly training. They're training nonstop for these real life scenarios. And this weekend especially attracts more boaters to our area. It also happens to be Memorial Day weekend, which of course is to honor our fallen. But it does bring a lot of tourism over to Lee County.
We train worst case scenario. We're ready for everything. And we hope and pray we never have to utilize it. But we're ready. Okay, holiday weekend. The grid is going to be busier than ever. The roadways, the waterways, people are going to be everywhere. Okay, so I want you to stop and think about what safety means. think about before you turn that engine on and those propellers are spinning, who, God forbid, could be back there. Know your surroundings, know the weather, look at your safety gear. Everything falls on that person. You know, we want you to make certain you're going to be safe, and we'll be out in full force with our partners to ensure that everybody has a safe, great weekend.
Exactly. Well, you heard it from Sheriff Carmine Marceno himself. We will be out in full force this weekend for Boating Safety Week. Take this time to really educate yourself on all the boating regulations and safety precautions. That's the sheriff mentioned some of those.
The water never loses. It never loses. So we want you to have fun, but let's just make sure we're being safe.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us on this episode of Midweek with Marceno. Be sure to tune in Friday for an episode of Live with LCSO.